Every trader dreams of consistency. That feeling of waking up, opening the charts, and knowing that no matter what happens today, win or lose, you're in control. But here's the truth. Most people never talk about. Consistency isn't built on huge profits or brilliant trades. It's built on small wins, tiny, almost invisible moments that compound quietly. Until one day, you look back and realize you've become the trader you always wanted to be. We live in a world that worships big results. Screenshots of 500% gains, luxury lifestyles, the highlight reels of people who made it. But what you rarely see is what happened behind the scenes. The days they didn't trade, the times they journaled instead of chasing setups, the nights they closed the laptop early just to protect their mindset. Those moments don't get likes or views, but they're the foundation of every consistent trader. The human brain is wired to seek rewards. When we get a big win, dopamine floods our system, and we feel unstoppable. But that same system works against us, because when the high fades, we crave it again. We start forcing trades, chasing setups, risking more than we should, all to feel that rush again. And that's the trap. Trading becomes less about discipline and more about emotion. The key is to rewire how your brain measures success. You start celebrating the process, not the profit. You treat small wins, following your plan, sticking to risk management, cutting losses early, as victories. Because they are. They're proof that you're mastering yourself. And in trading, mastering yourself is the only edge that truly lasts. Think about it like this. Imagine a trader who's trying to grow a small account. He starts with discipline, but after a few losing days, frustration sets in. He takes one oversized trade to make it back. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But every time he does it, he's training his brain to value shortcuts. The more he chases fast wins, the further he gets from consistency. Now imagine another trader. She journals every trade, reviews her week, and focuses on improving one small habit at a time. She doesn't force results. She plays the long game. After months, her growth curve looks boring to the outside world. Small, steady, slow. But what no one sees is that her confidence is compounding. Her patience is compounding. Her self-trust is compounding. And one day, she crosses that invisible line between randomness and reliability. That's consistency. Consistency is emotional neutrality. It's waking up, taking your setups, and being okay with whatever outcome follows. You stop trying to control the market and start mastering your response to it. That's the turning point where traders evolve, when they stop trading for money and start trading for execution. There's a principle in psychology called the compound effect. It says that small actions done consistently create exponential results over time. In trading, that means your small habits. Sticking to stop losses, journaling, reviewing, might not feel powerful today. But repeat them for weeks, months, years, and the compound result is a trader with clarity, control, and emotional resilience. Most traders quit because they expect big results too soon. They think discipline should feel exciting. But real consistency is boring. It's repetition, structure, patience. It's doing the same thing every day, even when you don't feel like it. That's not weakness. That's strength. Because discipline is doing what's right when it's no longer fun. When you look at top traders, the ones who've been profitable for decades, you'll notice something strange. They don't talk about markets much. They talk about mindset. They talk about routines. They talk about peace of mind. Because they've realized the charts are only a mirror. They reflect your psychology back to you. Impulsiveness, greed, fear. The market amplifies it all. Every losing streak, every emotional trade, every moment of revenge trading is your brain showing you where the work is needed. The market doesn't punish you, it exposes you. That's why the traders who grow are the ones who use those painful lessons as feedback instead of failure. They ask, what emotion controlled me today? What pattern did I repeat? How can I respond differently next time? That reflection turns pain into progress. Here's a secret that might sound strange. The goal isn't to eliminate emotion from trading. It's to develop a relationship with it. You learn to recognize your emotional patterns, the subtle shift in your breathing when a setup moves against you, the tightness in your chest when you're about to break your rules. That awareness is your first line of defense. Once you see it, you can manage it. Over time, your small acts of discipline build self-trust. And self-trust is the foundation of consistency. When you trust yourself to follow through, to honor your stop, to wait for your setup, to protect your capital, trading becomes lighter. You're no longer fighting yourself. You're flowing with your plan. But building that trust takes time. It's like building a muscle. Every time you follow your rules, even when it hurts, you strengthen that muscle. Every time you choose patience over impulse, you add another layer to your foundation. Slowly, your brain rewires itself to associate discipline with reward. That's when everything changes. Because now doing the right thing feels good. Small wins are powerful because they create momentum. Let's say you review your trades at the end of each day. That's one small win. You notice your overtrading pattern and decide to take only 3 setups tomorrow. Another small win. You journal your emotions before each trade. Small win. None of these make you rich overnight, but together they shape your identity. You start to think and act like a consistent trader. And when your identity shifts, your results follow. Trading psychology isn't just about managing fear or greed. It's about aligning your habits with who you want to become. You can't expect consistent results with inconsistent behavior. The market rewards alignment when your thoughts, actions, and emotions move in the same direction. That's why affirmations alone don't work if your habits contradict them. You can say, I'm disciplined 1,000 times, but if you're still risking too much, your brain knows the truth. Real change happens when your behavior proves your belief. When your actions say, I am the kind of trader who follows through. Here's a powerful mindset shift. Stop thinking in terms of profits and start thinking in terms of probabilities. Every trade is just one event in a long series. You can win on any given day and still be a poor trader. You can lose today and still be a great one. What matters is whether your process has an edge and whether you execute it consistently. So next time you take a loss, pause before reacting. Ask yourself, did I follow my plan? If yes, that's a win. Because over hundreds of trades, that discipline will make you profitable. But if you broke your rules and still made money, that's a loss in disguise. Because you just taught your brain that recklessness can be rewarded. And that lesson can destroy years of progress. Consistency also means accepting boredom. It means realizing that trading isn't supposed to be thrilling. If it feels like gambling, you're probably doing it wrong. The best traders describe their days as uneventful. They execute, log, and move on. That's what mastery looks like. Calm, unshakable, almost dull. But behind that calmness lies power. When you stop needing excitement from the market, you start making decisions with clarity. You begin to respect your rules not because you have to, but because you want to. You understand that the goal isn't to win every trade. It's to play the game long enough for your edge to unfold. Remember this, your trading account is a reflection of your mental account. If you're undisciplined in life, it will show in your charts. If you rush decisions, avoid discomfort, or seek shortcuts, the market will mirror it back to you. But the opposite is also true. When you start cultivating patience, order, and self-awareness outside of trading, your results naturally follow. That's why the most successful traders often have strict routines outside the charts. They meditate, they exercise, They plan their days because they know the way you do anything is the way you do everything. If your life is chaotic, your trading will be too. Small wins outside of trading compound, just like small wins inside it. Waking up early, keeping your workspace clean, reading a few pages of a book. Each of those small disciplines reinforces your identity as someone who's consistent. And that identity translates directly into your trading behavior. Think about the trader you want to be a year from now. Not the balance in your account, but how you operate. What does that trader do daily? How do they respond to losses? How do they manage their time, their emotions, their risk? Now ask yourself, what small action can I take today that aligns with that version of me? Maybe it's journaling your trades honestly. Maybe it's reducing your position size until you can execute without fear. Maybe it's stepping away from the charts after 3 losses instead of chasing. These are small actions, but they carry massive weight because they align your present self with your future self. There's a moment every trader faces, that quiet, private point when you realize no strategy, no indicator, no guru can save you. The only variable you can truly control is you. That's both terrifying and liberating. Because once you take full responsibility, you take back your power. You stop blaming the market. You stop blaming news events. You stop blaming luck. And you start asking better questions. Questions like, what's within my control? What can I improve today? That's how transformation begins. Not with massive breakthroughs, but with tiny acts of responsibility stacked on top of each other. Small wins that become big results. And here's the beautiful irony. When you finally stop obsessing over results, that's when they show up. Because your energy shifts from fear to flow, from outcome to process, you become the kind of trader who wins by default. Not because you force it, but because you've built the habits that make winning inevitable. It's like the bamboo plant. For years, it shows no visible growth. You water it, nurture it, and nothing happens. Then suddenly, in a few weeks, it shoots up several feet. But those years weren't wasted. They were necessary. Because all that time it was growing underground, building roots strong enough to support rapid growth. That's what your small wins are doing right now. You might not see the results yet, but the roots are forming. So keep going. Keep showing up. Keep doing the small things right, even when no one's watching. Especially when no one's watching, because that's where consistency is born. In the quiet moments of discipline, when no one's cheering you on, when it's just you and your goals. Someday, people will look at your results and call it luck, talent, or timing. But you'll know the truth. You'll know it was built one small win at a time. Music swells, calm confidence. Consistency isn't about perfection. It's about persistence. It's about building systems that protect you from your worst impulses and amplify your best behaviors. It's about staying grounded when everyone else is chasing noise. You don't need to be extraordinary to win in trading. You just need to be consistent. And consistency is a choice you make every single day, in every decision, in every trade. So start where you are. Focus on small wins. Trust the process. And remember, big results aren't created by big actions. They're created by consistent ones. Music fades out. Reflective ending tone. Because in the end, the psychology of consistency isn't just about trading. It's about life. It's about who you become when you choose discipline over impulse, purpose over pleasure, process over outcome. That's the real win, and it starts today.